Hi there.
Howdy. I don't usually follow instructions people give me. I don't do what people tell me to do, but when Mark Shepard tells you to do something, you gotta do it.
The opposite.
Right?
You do the opposite.
So this is for Jensen, and I don't know if anybody asked you in the gold panel, but for those of us who are poor and didn't go, he said to ask Jensen about the time he almost lost his eye in the fight scene in Kane's kitchen. And we all like to hear about blood and gore and stunts.
The time that I almost lost my eye?
That's what he said. He said you're fighting
With
on the
Jesse
table there
in
and you
Kane's
almost lost
kitchen.
your eye.
No. I think he makes. I almost took someone's eye out.
Oh, well, then he was mistaken.
He was slightly mistaken, but not far from mistaken, because the person whose eye I almost took out is my stunt double, Todd. So what had happened was, and if you look at if you watch the scene, Todd is he's the actual demon that I'm fighting with up until the very end, and I kill him at the very end. So the fact. Fighting my double, and then at the very end, there's that moment where he's slammed onto to Kane's table there, and then I take the knife and drive it right through his neck. Luckily, the knife.
It was awesome.
Luckily, the knife that I had was they call it rubber knife, but it's like very hard plastic. And there was a lot of like fight choreography that we were going through during the fight just before the stab. The tip of the blade had gotten bent like that, so it was like this, and I didn't realize that. So when I went to stab, I was just going to go just to the left of his face, but the tip had bent this way. And so instead, it caught him right under the eye and literally just opened him up. Because even though it's not a steel knife, it's a very hard pointed rubber tip. And so it sliced him right open. And I, of course, was like mortified. And he just pops up, he's like, "What?" And I'm like, yeah, you got a massive cut on your eye. And he's like, "Oh, all right. Are we going again?" And he's just like holding his face together. He's like, "We're going again? Can we go again?" "Yeah." "Todd, you're bleeding." That's not that bad."
It would be said that you were on fire that episode because you also stabbed this guy. You probably cut 2 people in the history of Supernatural, and it was both that episode. Remember you stabbed me right in the knee?
That's what happens when you give a guy 9 hours to shoot a fight scene. Like, listen, we're not gonna do anything but fights and stunts today, and it's gonna be all you. You have no stunt double, go.
Yeah,
Don't hurt anybody.
after Dean and Kane fight, and he comes down with that giant, that's not a knife, this is a knife kind of knife.
Hey, to be fair, that was not my fault.
I wasn't holding the knife.
No, but you decided to knee it.
I didn't knee it.
Look, it was like this. This would be the knife.
Yeah, okay. So,
And then this would be Jared.
as you're collapsing. So he's supposed to collapse, but
And I do this.
he was actually collapsing. I didn't!
I didn't go like this.
I didn't see the playback. The point is, Jensen's a large man, and I'm saying that
Rotund. Husky.
if he's gonna actually fall down, I wasn't gonna pick him up like this. Because that's really bad. So I had to kind of I had to set my feet, and in setting my feet,
I felt it, like I felt the
and we're
knife
rolling. It's
go
like
into
something
his
we're
leg.
also- So I kind of do this, and I feel like a ka-ching. I'm like,
And it's just in there. Like, it's in there a good, like, half inch.
And it's a real knife. This one,
This was a real steel blade. And I'm like, and I'm sitting there, and I'm still...
And they haven't called cut yet, so I can tell he knows I know he knows I know, he knows I know, he knows I know.
I'm like, is he gonna stop the scene? Because I'm pretty sure
and so
the knife is in his leg. And he didn't. He was just like, I think I've been stabbed. But I'm not sure you knew exactly.
He's like, what?
All right. Well, because you didn't stop, and I was like,
dude, there's a dart in your neck. And then they go cut, and immediately Ackles just goes, dude, you all right? I felt that. And I look down, and there's already blood spreading.
Already pluming on his jeans, yeah.
It had gone through my pants, through my skin. Luckily, my knee had stopped it.
I think you called it your bone.
Patellas. Better for things than just bending. And also stop knives. But yeah, you were 2 for 2 that episode. And that
was not my fault.
It's your fault. I blame you.